Help me to reach 2,000 subscribers. When my stepson looked at me and said, "I can't take it anymore," the world seemed to tilt beneath my feet. His voice cracked on the last word, trembling like a branch ready to snap. I was in the kitchen, hands dripping from washing dishes, when he stood in the doorway, eyes red, breathing shallow, face pale as if he'd seen a ghost. "Ethan," I said softly, drying my hands on the towel, "what's wrong?" He shook his head, biting his lip so hard it turned white. "You have to promise you won't get mad." Something cold curled in my stomach. "I can't promise that," I whispered. "But I'll listen." He hesitated for a long moment. Then, almost in a whisper, he said, "Dad's cheating on you." The sound of those words hit like shattering glass. For a moment, I just stood there, my heartbeat roaring in my ears. "What did you say?" He swallowed hard. I saw his phone. He's been texting someone. There were pictures. I didn't mean to look, but his voice cracked again, eyes filling with tears. My knees went weak. I reached for the counter to steady myself. The ceramic mug I'd just washed slipped from my fingers and broke on the floor. The sharp sound made both of us flinch. "Who?" I managed to ask, my throat tight, almost choking on the word. Ethan looked away. "You know her." The silence stretched between us until the truth began to take shape in the corners of my mind. A woman's laugh echoing too long at a barbecue. The quick glances at family dinners. The way my husband, Daniel, had started locking his phone when I entered the room. "Tell me," I said. He rubbed his face, exhaling shakily. "It's Mom." The word hit me like a bullet. His biological mother. Daniel's ex-wife. The woman he'd sworn was a closed chapter, a wound long healed. I stumbled backward, clutching the counter, bile rising in my throat. That can't be true," I whispered. "I wish it wasn't," Ethan said, his voice breaking completely. "But I saw the messages. They talk about how they never should have ended things." He called her his first real love. Tears blurred my vision. The floor seemed to tilt again, as if the house itself couldn't bear the weight of what I'd just heard. I wanted to deny it, to call it a misunderstanding, but deep down, I already knew. The distance between Daniel and me had been growing, tiny fractures that now felt like chasms. Ethan reached out, his hand trembling. "I didn't want to tell you, but he's been lying to both of us. And I can't pretend anymore." I pulled him into a hug, his body shaking against mine. For a moment, I wasn't his stepmother or his father's wife. I was just a woman who'd been betrayed, and a boy caught in the crossfire. That night, when Daniel came home, I watched him move around the house as if nothing was wrong. The clink of his keys, the hum of his off-key whistle, it all sounded like a mockery. "Hey, honey," he said, kissing my cheek. His lips felt cold. "You okay? You look pale." I forced a smile. "Just tired." He smiled back, too easily, too comfortably. "Long day." "Very," I replied, staring at his phone on the counter. I could feel the lie pulsing between us like static in the air. My mind was a storm of fury and disbelief, but I kept my face calm. I needed proof. I needed to see it for myself. When he showered later, I picked up his phone. My hands shook as I guessed the passcode. It was Ethan's birthday. The irony made my stomach twist. The screen opened. And there it was, thread after thread of messages. Photos. Her face smiling back from them. Words that were once meant for me, now meant for her. "You'll always be the one. I miss your touch. I can't stop thinking about the past." My heart clenched until I could barely breathe. Every message was a blade, cutting through the years we'd built together. I didn't realize I was crying until the phone slipped from my hand and hit the floor. When he came out, towel around his waist, he saw my face and froze. "What's wrong?" I looked at him, every ounce of my love drained into cold fury. "You tell me." His eyes darted to the phone, then back to me. "You went through my..." "Don't you dare," I snapped. "Don't you dare make this about privacy. You cheated. With her." He paled. "It's not what you think." "It's exactly what I think," I said, voice trembling but sharp. You've been sneaking around with your ex-wife. The mother of your child. How could you? He ran a hand through his hair, eyes wild. It just happened. We've been talking for Ethan's sake, and then the feelings came back. I didn't mean for it to go this far. Talking for Ethan's sake. I laughed bitterly. You destroyed his trust. Do you know he's the one who told me? Daniel froze. He what? He saw your messages. He's been carrying that guilt for weeks. His face crumpled, a mix of shame and panic. I didn't want him to know. Then maybe you shouldn't have done it. For a long moment, silence filled the room, thick and unbearable. Then he whispered, I still love you, Anna. I stared at him, searching for even a fragment of truth in his eyes, but all I saw was a man who had already chosen someone else. I stepped back, my voice steady. You love yourself, Daniel. That's all. He didn't follow me when I walked upstairs. Maybe he knew there was nothing left to save. Ethan was sitting on the edge of his bed, staring at the floor when I entered. His face was pale, eyes red. I'm sorry, he whispered. I knelt beside him. You have nothing to be sorry for. You told the truth. That's more than your father could do. He nodded, tears slipping down his cheeks. Are you going to leave him? I took a deep breath. The air felt heavy, thick with pain and clarity. Yes, I said. But not tonight. Tonight, we rest. Tomorrow, we start over. He leaned against me, and I wrapped my arm around him. For the first time, I realized that maybe betrayal didn't just break families, it also forged unexpected bonds. Downstairs, Daniel's phone buzzed again, lighting up with her name. I didn't even flinch this time. I just held Ethan closer and whispered, we're going to be okay. And for the first time in a long while, I almost believed it.